Are we live? I don't know anymore. I'm not supposed to get up and a bit earlier. But YouTube is not showing me that I am live. Oh, never mind, it says I'm live now. Okay. 4 minutes. I was supposed to get up a little bit earlier, but I could not sleep because I was too excited about Big Navi. No, I was more afraid of not waking up. But we are golden. Alright, 3 minutes. I can do this. What are my predictions? I am going to say whatever is going to challenge the RTX 3070. I'm going to assume. I'm going to write this down. Oh shoot, internet's not working. Come on. There we go. Should have refreshed. Or should have cleared out my cache. I'm going to assume the RTX or the RX, I guess call it the 6700. That's going to be at $500 to $600. And then I'm going to assume it's going to come with 10 gigabytes of memory. And then a 6800 to challenge the 3080. Depends on what you expect. I'm gonna say about what's a good number? If it's gonna challenge the 3080, I'm gonna probably say about 700 to 800. And that one I'm thinking is probably gonna come at least with 12 gigabytes. And then an RX 6900 XT or something like that. Which I'm assuming if it comes close to the 3090, I would say at least $900 to $1,200. And 16 to 32 gigabytes. Which is probably a little bit too hopeful, but we can all hope. For a 6800 XT too is another thing I've heard. There's a lot of rumors going around. I got a minute left, guys. I can do this. For the 600 XT, I'm probably gonna say I'm like $800 for 16 gigabytes of memory. I don't know. I guess we'll find out in a couple of seconds or a minute. We'll see Lisa still walk up on that stage and reveal those bad boys. And then probably, hopefully some workstation cards too at some point. Cause that would be pretty darn cool. I don't need a workstation card, but I want one. The computer is already too powerful already. I really haven't been using it. But that's okay. No one has to know how lazy I've been. Besides AMD. Oh. Well, I guess we'll find out if I'm even right. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty off with the pricing and stuff. But I keep hearing that AMD is going for more memory and stuff, and they have a bigger cache, undyed cache. Okay, got a minute. Wait. But that's gonna excuse me. That's gonna help, supposedly help them with the memory bandwidth and stuff, which is pretty interesting. Oh, here we go. Ooh, this is exciting. And I lost a viewer. No. Let's go, baby. Oh no. Rip. Rip my internet connection. No. If Intel crashes, it's Intel's, or if YouTube crashes, it's Intel's fault. Oh, thank goodness. Internet's been pretty crappy lately. There we go. Well, I should get a new modem / router, but kind of hard. And there's a pandemic going on. We can't work. So here we go. AMD. Make me proud. Or else people will make fun of me for the rest of my days. For hyping up Big Navi. Which, let's be honest, Nvidia's a lot harder to take down than Intel. Nvidia doesn't slow down like Intel did. Kind of just took their time and then got kind of caught off guard. Ampere's the same kind of though. Same kind of situation where they got kind of caught off guard. So let's see what happens. Yeah. Oh my goodness, look at that beautiful card. Oh, they're gonna show off the die? Ooh, that is cool. Dang, AMD's really stepped up the production game. That is cool.
Welcome everyone. Thank you all for joining us today for this second half of our next-gen PC platform launch. I loved seeing all of your excitement when we introduced the Ryzen 5000 series a few weeks ago. It was actually the most watched launch video in AMD history. And I must say, we're very proud of what Zen 3 brings to gamers. But today is all about Big Navi. I'm really excited to show you the new RDNA 2 architecture and our full stack of Radeon Rx 6000 series products. As you know, we brought the first generation of RDNA architecture to market in 2019 with the Radeon RX 5700 XT. And with the combined launch of the 5700 XT and the Ryzen 3000 series, AMD became the first company to introduce a high-performance CPU and GPU together. And we delivered a winning combination of computing and gaming performance, including CPU and GPU of the year in 2019 from PC Gamer. Now, 2020 is really the year of the gamer. I know many of you can't wait to get your hands on the next-gen consoles. Whether it's the Microsoft Xbox Series X and Series S, or the Sony PlayStation 5, we are so proud that AMD is enabling these incredible gaming experiences, which is why we like to say that AMD is where gaming begins. Now, earlier this month, I showed you our new AMD Ryzen 5000 series, the world's best gaming processor. Our next-gen Ryzen processor combines absolute performance leadership in single-threaded performance, gaming, and creative workloads with leadership performance per watt. And for millions of you, it's a drop-in upgrade to your existing AM4 motherboard.
Oh,
now,
snap.
As successful as we've been with Ryzen, many of you have asked us to compete at the highest end of gaming GPUs as well. And
Say it,
today,
Lisa.
we're ready to show you exactly what we've been working on.
Yes.
I'm so excited to show you the Radeon RX 6000 series. It's absolutely the most powerful gaming GPU we've ever built. I think you'll be pretty pleased with what you see. I often talk about the fact that we're on a journey, and we are on a journey. Just like with our Zen CPU architecture, we're on a multi-year journey in GPUs with our RDNA architecture. We designed RDNA specifically for gaming, and our first-gen RDNA products delivered 50% better performance per watt over our GCN architecture. We wanted to take another big step with RDNA 2 and deliver another 50% generational improvement in perf per watt. And with RDNA 2, we also set the very ambitious goal to deliver leadership gaming performance. And now, I'm very happy to show you for the first time, Big Navi. This is the chip at the heart of our high-end Radeon RX 6000 series.
Looks like it's got a bunch of cache.
26.8 billion transistors built with leading-edge 7nm process
snap.
technology.
It's a big boy.
Big Navi is our first product powered by RDNA 2. We have made incredible progress on the architectural front. And now let me turn it over to AMD fellow Laura Smith to give you more details on the architecture.
Thank you, Lisa. Our graphics architecture roadmap has a clear goal: gaming leadership across the ecosystem. The GCN was a great architecture, but we knew we needed to rethink graphics and build the best engine for the future. We wanted to build a set of technologies that game developers could use across all platforms. The first major step was RDNA, introduced last year. RDNA was a new architecture and used a 7nm process node, which helped us with the large initial gains. We committed to you that our engineers had plans in the works for RDNA 2, and we would be back quickly with another significant improvement. By combining our expertise in CPU design, deep gaming history, and broad ecosystem partnerships, RDNA 2 is built to be the gaming architecture for all gamers across console, PC, and beyond. We had some very ambitious goals with RDNA 2.
I'll stop.
Significantly higher
Infinity cache.
performance, 50% improvement in performance per watt, and new hardware features.
Ray
Individually,
tracing.
each of these goals is challenging. When combined, they become extremely difficult because as you push performance, a natural side effect is more power. New features also mean more computation, further challenging both speed and power metrics. For RDNA 2, we made significant gains in all these areas. The compute unit is the core of the architecture. We advanced all aspects of the compute
So I
unit
was
design,
right. There is cache in the
leveraging
middle.
techniques first developed in CPUs. We deployed pervasive
not right.
fine-grained clock gating, reimagined the pipeline to aggressively maximize performance while minimizing data movement. In combination, these elements made the compute units 30% more energy efficient, allowing them to be pushed faster. Gaming at 4K requires more data to be brought into the chip. The amount of data more than doubles as we move from 1440p to 4K. The more efficient the memory subsystem is, the higher fidelity the images are, and the more you can push the frame rates. We took a new approach to solving this technical challenge for gaming and deployed a graphics-optimized, high-density, high-speed cache based on the Zen L3 cache. We call this the Infinity Cache. The Infinity Cache minimizes DRAM bottlenecks, latencies, and power consumption. Our specialized
that
Infinity
is
Cache,
very interesting.
combined with a 256-bit G6
I was
interface,
completely wrong.
delivers more than twice the effective bandwidth of a traditional 384-bit G6 solution and at lower power consumption. High frequency is important for gaming performance. RDNA 2 is built with custom
Holy crap.
libraries and high-speed design flows.
Yeah, I think Big Navi's a home
maximizing
run.
frequency in 7nm.
I
With
hope.
RDNA 2, our silicon design and architectural improvements, we are able to deliver 30% faster frequencies in the same 7nm process node. Pulling all this together, the RDNA 2 architecture beats our aggressive performance per watt goal, achieving 54%. With RDNA 2, we also focused on bringing new hardware features into the architecture.
Which is kind
We
of funny
partnered closely with
after
Microsoft on DirectX 12 Ultimate
Zen was
features,
done.
including DirectX Ray
they
Tracing,
actually pulled some of
variable rate
some of the
shading,
Zen engineers
mesh shaders,
went
and
to
sampler
the
feedback.
RTG to help them
RDNA 2
design
will also support
RDNA.
Microsoft Direct Storage
So I'm
API.
certain this is
We're
going to be
excited about this
AMD's
new API that
Zen
will
moment
enhance
for
the gaming
GPU.
experience by significantly reducing game asset load times from large SSDs. We compared the performance of RDNA 2 to our prior generation.
Yeah, it looks like
And when we
RDNA
put
is
it
going to
all
be a home
together,
run.
On average, RDNA 2 delivers
This is going to
double
be a pretty
the
good
performance,
ampere.
and with great power efficiency.
Oh,
We are so
snap.
proud of what we've accomplished with RDNA 2, and we are not stopping. The team is executing to plan, RDNA 2 is here, and the RDNA 3 team is well into execution. Let me welcome Scott Herkelman to show RDNA 2
Scott
and our
Herkelman,
new
you troll.
RX 6000 series products.
He actually said last time, he's like, that's not even the biggest Navi we have. Last time they showed it off. Such a troll.
Hello to all of the gamers tuning in, and welcome to our Radeon Rx 6000 series product reveal. As a hardcore League of Legends and Borderlands 3 player and playing these games on our RX 6000 series over the past few weeks, I'm so excited and proud to be here with you today. Allow me to introduce you to our brand new AMD Radeon RX 6800 XT graphics card. The 6800 XT is purposefully designed to play all of your favorite AAA games at 4K and below resolutions, and at the highest quality settings available. It comes with 72 compute units and runs with a game clock of over 2 gigahertz.
So there is a
This card features
6900 XT.
2.25 gigahertz boost clock that pushes some of the highest frequencies we've ever achieved. All thanks to the incredible work done by our engineering team on the RDNA 2 architecture. The 6800 XT will also feature 128 megabytes of Infinity Cache that is power efficient while driving the bandwidth needed for high resolution gaming. Paired with 16 gigabytes of blazing fast GDDR6
Not to
memory,
cut you off,
you'll be
Scott,
ready for the
but
most
I love
demanding
AMD's
high-resolution
current
games that you want to play. We've
current
delivered all
design
of this
philosophy
incredible
of just
performance
adding a
with
lot more
total
cache to
board
everything.
power of just 300 watts.
I think that's
As you
really
can
helped
see,
them out.
The 6800 XT not only delivers
Ooh, lad.
4K 60 frames per second, but in most cases, it overperforms. We've been
That
maxing
is-
out all the settings in games like Battlefield 5, Borderlands 3, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and the performance has just been awesome to experience. Let's take a look at how the 6800 XT competes head-to-head against the latest offering from the competition.
You gotta show me a
Here,
6900
we
XT,
compared
man.
their best API scores to our best API scores. The best versus the best. And as you can see, the 6800 XT trades blows and has some significant wins across a variety of titles.
Yeah, Big Navi's a
And
home
it does
run.
all of this at less power consumption than the competition. For the 1440p gamers out there, we have some great results for you too. Over the last several years, more and more gamers have adopted 1440p monitors as their display of choice. Here are the same games we showed you before, running the same best versus best
dang.
API scenario at 1440p
That's pretty
resolution.
darn close.
I personally love seeing so many games running at over 100 frames per second with all of the settings maxed out. This is just an incredible amount of performance. All in all, the 6800 XT is a
Yeah,
fantastic
GCN was
choice
really holding
for
it back in
enthusiast
gaming.
gamers. We even
But
have
in
more
compute,
performance. We are
still
delivering
really good.
2 very cool features.
But I hope the
The
drivers
first is a
are
one-click
ready,
overclocking
'cause
button we've built into
people
our
are gonna
Radeon
get
software
raging.
package that we call
They're gonna be
Rage
raging
Mode.
if it's
Now,
not
Rage Mode
ready.
automatically takes advantage of the overclocking headroom built into your GPU to give you every bit of performance it has to offer. And the second is made possible because of the fact that only AMD can deliver both high-performance processors and high-performance GPUs. We call this new feature AMD Smart Access Memory. AMD Smart Access Memory unlocks the greater amount of high-speed memory from the AMD Radeon RX 6000 series graphics cards to the AMD Ryzen 5000 series processors, and it delivers additional levels of performance in games. Simply pair these components with our 500 series chipset motherboards, enable the setting in the BIOS, and the performance uplift becomes automatic. When you combine AMD Smart Access Memory with the one-click overclocking of Rage Mode, you'll get a boost in performance in many of the games you love. We're seeing up to a 13% performance increase. And that's before game developers begin to optimize for this new capability. Now, we know a lot of you absolutely love frames per second performance just like us. However, we can also improve the game experience by reducing latency. The differences of milliseconds of latency in a competitive game can be the difference between a major win and a major loss. Last year, we pushed the industry to recognize there was a better way
I honestly
to
thought they were just gonna say, hey, we have a bigger card.
From mouse click to the screen.
We are gonna compete in the high end. Boom,
Series
bada
a
boom.
serious leg up on their competition.
Now they're really
Today,
surprising
we are
me.
pushing the boundaries again and further reducing latency in competitive games for even better results. Combining the latest implementation of Radeon anti-lag with the
NVIDIA's already working on an
to reduce
RTX
lag in your
3080
DX9 and
Ti,
into
supposedly.
your DX11 games. In Fortnite, for example, gamers can realize up to 8 milliseconds of latency reduction by simply enabling this feature in Radeon software. More recently, we introduced Radeon Boost, a unique feature that's a step beyond anti-lag. For select games, Radeon Boost offers dynamic resolution in response to your mouse or controller inputs.
But it seems like at
leading
least
to higher
RDNA
frame
2
rates
has the high
and,
bandwidth
as a
cache.
result, quicker responses to your input.
Kind of.
Both Radeon Anti-Lag and Radeon Boost can be enabled
This
via the
is
Radeon
a very
software
interesting
that comes with
year
your
for
graphics cards.
GPUs.
And neither of them require a proprietary API or a game integration to provide latency-reducing benefits. As you can see, the combination of
They're
these
stabbing
technologies can
NVIDIA.
contribute up to
A couple of-
37% latency reduction in highly competitive games like Fortnite running at 4K.
There's gotta be at least
Now,
a 6900
performance
XT
is
though,
king,
right?
But let's talk for a minute about how we are improving the visual experience as well. With full hardware support for DX12 Ultimate, the Radeon RX 6000 series is ready to enable ray tracing and variable rate shading
Yes.
in upcoming titles. We've also expanded our library of Fidelity FX features to work hand in hand with ray tracing, compute, and shader effects to enable the higher level of visual fidelity while ensuring high frame rates. For DX12 Ultimate, we've added an optimized denoiser for ray tracing effects and a variable rate shading algorithm that can adapt image quality based upon luminance and motion. We've also added a suite
Sorry,
of
something
compute-based
got in my
effects
eye.
to be used alongside ray
Ugh.
tracing, like optimized
Hopefully the
screen
microphone
space
didn't pick that up.
reflections and an optimized ambient occlusion. We're always looking to help developers with new initiatives and are already working on a super resolution feature to give gamers an option for more performance when using ray
AMD is actually a lot
As
more.
of today, our AMD Fidelity FX supported games list has grown to 35 titles using a variety of our features. So, let's take a look at some of
They're
these
impressing
new
me a lot
features in an
more.
upcoming game with never before seen footage
I still
from
think they
Counterplay
need a
Studios and their fantastic game
6900 XT.
Godfall is a brand new third-person perspective, next-generation looter slasher that challenges gamers to engage in high-impact melee combat as they hunt for loot, equip legendary armor, and defeat vicious enemies. Leveraging the latest DirectX 12 Ultimate API, Godfall features
Look at
DirectX ray
shiny.
tracing, variable rate shading, and supports Fidelity FX casts to deliver incredible levels of stunning fidelity. I personally can't wait to play this game, and I think it looks absolutely fantastic.
Scott, what are the frame
Now,
rates?
let's hear from a few more of our game
At least
developer
60?
partners about the work they've done with us on RDNA 2 and what you can expect in their games coming soon.
I'm here to talk about Far Cry 6 and some of the new technologies we've been collaborating with AMD on to make our game the most immersive and beautiful Far Cry ever. We've been working together to take full advantage of the new Radeon RX 6000 series and
I hope
RDNA
so.
2 architecture.
The
for
consoles
best
use
possible
RDNA 2.
experience. We've been very impressed by AMD's latest tech and joined forces to bring Fidelity FX casts, Dxr Ray Tracing, and variable rate shading to Far Cry 6.
We're using VRS Tier 2 to use a compute shader to generate a control texture which analyzes the luminance and gives us control at an 8x8 tile level as to
Interesting.
what shader rate we're going to be using. This enables us to render much more quickly but keep the same quality level.
Yeah, RDNA 2 is looking pretty darn good so far. I'm pretty proud of AMD.
We're excited to team up with great partners like AMD to bring some new features to World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft is built on a custom engine using the DirectX 12 Ultimate API. Another great feature on the RX 6000 is Dxr Ray Tracing. Here you can see ray tracing evident in how the shadows are interacting with your character. What you're seeing involves incredibly complex computations on the RX 6000. This is a level of realism that hasn't been possible until recently.
I can't tell the difference. Me a little bit.
The RDNA2 architecture and the Radeon 6000 series allowed us to introduce some of the latest DirectX 12 Ultimate technologies into our engine. Real-time ray-traced shadows allow us to introduce additional shadow casting lights into the scene that provide much more immersion and detail into
Should have
the
called it
world.
Radeon Rays, like they did before in their workstation.
Over the next few weeks, developers of these
cards
incredible
before,
games will show
couple
never
years
before
back.
seen gameplay with gorgeous graphics that use a combination of ray tracing and fidelity effects running on the Radeon RX 6000 series graphics cards. Be sure to check out AMD.com starting tomorrow to see more. I'm happy to announce that the Radeon RX 6800 XT will be available on November 18th, starting at $649.
Dang, AMD!
But we
You're
are not
spoiling
done.
us.
Today, we are also announcing the Radeon RX 6800. With
I thought they at
60
least go for
compute units,
700.
a 1.815 gigahertz game clock with a boost clock of over 2.1 gigahertz.
Everybody's gonna love
Feature the
AMD
same
now.
128 megabytes of Infinity cache and be available with 16 gigabytes of GDDR6 memory.
How
With
much?
a board
600?
power of just 250 watts. The Radeon RX 6800 is a fantastic entry into 4K gaming, delivering more performance than the 2080 Ti, which was launched at $999. The 6800 delivers over 60 frames per second in all of these games, giving you the confidence you need to step into the 4K gaming experience. That same great performance extends to 1440p resolution.
Wait, is there
where the
no
RX
6700 then?
tears through the latest games,
This is very
delivering
weird.
about 18%
I'm not
more
used to this.
performance than the 2080 Ti on average.
It's had to be a 6700.
Radeon RX 6800 will be
579.
available to gamers starting at a price
Dang.
of $579 on November 18th. Now, let's bring back Lisa to wrap things up.
That is very weird. There's a 2-fan card.
Thanks, Scott and Laura. The AMD Radeon 6800 XT and 6800 deliver simply incredible 4K and 1440p gaming experiences. This is the power of RDNA 2. And once we add the smart access memory technology, gamers can even get higher frames per second when pairing Radeon 6000 GPUs with Ryzen 5000 series. Now, I saw online that some of you were wondering which Big Navi product we previewed during our Ryzen 5000 launch earlier this month. For the record, that was the 6800 XT. But you know,
Where's
we
the
always save
6900
the best for
XT,
last, and I
Lisa?
always get the most fun jobs.
Okay, good.
So today, that means I have one more GPU to show you. We didn't stop with the Radeon RX 6800 XT.
Woo,
We
lad!
knew that the RDNA 2 architecture could give gamers even more. I'm so excited to share with you for the very
Look at her
first
face.
time, the AMD Radeon
She's gonna start
RX
gritting.
6900 XT.
Holy crap,
Isn't
that thing
this
looks
just
awesome.
absolutely gorgeous? And you'll see that it's actually relatively compact for all the performance that it delivers. It's actually the same size.
I love
as our
that cooler design
6800
though.
XT.
It looks so cool.
Our top-of-the-stack Radeon GPU is built for the ultimate in 4K gaming performance. The 6900 XT combines 80 compute units with a 2.25 gigahertz boost clock to deliver even more performance at the highest settings.
Is this what,
With
800?
16 gigabytes of graphics memory,
$700
the 6900 XT
maybe?
is ready for the most
No,
demanding
that's-
next-gen games.
It's gotta be 800 or
And
900,
with the
right?
power efficiency of RDNA 2, we've been able to deliver all of this with a total board power of 300 watts. Now, Laura showed you that we achieved a 54%
Ooh,
generational
lad.
improvement in perf per watt with the
Poor
6800
GCN.
XT. With the 6900 XT, we improved things
Oh,
even
poor
more,
GCN.
getting 65%
You
more
weren't meant for
performance
gaming.
per watt over first-gen
But you were such a
RDNA.
good architecture.
I'm so proud of our engineers who worked incredibly hard to optimize every aspect of RDNA 2
Yeah,
to achieve
I'm
this
gonna call it now.
performance. Let's see
RDNA
how all
2
of this translates
is
to
a
gaming
very good
performance.
architecture.
Running at 4K
It's gonna be
with
a home
the highest
run.
settings, the 6900 XT looks absolutely
Oh,
fantastic.
oh,
It's extremely
oh,
competitive
dang.
across the board.
No! AMD, why? I was getting so hyped. Okay, it's not me. My internet's still on. The stream is still on.
Consistently delivering high frame rates in your favorite games. Just take a look at the performance we see against the competition in Battlefield 5, Call of Duty, and Gears of War 5. All of this is at lower power with a smaller card.
Oh.
Now,
They keep making that dig at Nvidia. At lower power.
Radeon RX
1,000
XT will be available
I was off.
on December 8th, starting at $999.
Oof.
You asked for AMD to bring the highest graphics performance to the gaming market.
Y'all
and we're
better
doing
buy the
just
6900
that. I hope you
XT.
now feel that with the Ryzen 5000 series and the Radeon 6000
That
series,
is a
AMD
beastly
is your
card.
best choice for your next generation PC gaming platform. Whether you want to
Shoot,
game
I
with
might have to get
ultimate
one
performance in AAA
after I
titles at 4K
start working
resolution,
again.
or you're an esports fan who needs incredibly high
Actually,
frame
I'm
rates
kind
and
of
responsiveness.
now I'm wondering about the
Across
workstation.
the board, for every
cards.
gamer at every price, AMD has the CPU and GPU combination for you. So I hope you're as excited as we are. We can't wait to get these products in your hands. So look for the Ryzen 5000
I'm gonna go
series
text
starting November 5th, the
my
Radeon
friend
RX 6800
and tell
series
him.
starting November 18th, and the Radeon RX 6900 XT starting December 8th. To wrap up here, this has been quite a journey for us, and I'm incredibly proud of our CPU and GPU teams who have worked years for this moment. AMD is delivering the best to the industry. We want to thank all of you for your passion and enthusiasm and for always pushing us to be the best.
Nice. Oh, dang. The 18th? That's actually a bit more than I thought. Did that say no GPU support? Wait, I gotta go back a second. I thought I saw no multi-GPU support. Testing done by average 40 games at 1980p high image 5900X versus 10K. Does that mean that? Yeah, interesting. Games are tested at 4K max settings. Battlefield, DirectX 11, DirectX 12, RJ Vary. Mouse twice. I'll have to read this later. This is getting a little bit too complex. Too boring. Oh, yeah, I lost a lot of viewers. I think it was just me watching the stream. It's okay. YouTube was kind of worried about pushing it out, but that's okay. 900X, 2.7 gigahertz. Okay, tested. Yeah, measurement calculated by AMD Engineering. Infinity Cache. Interesting. See, people on Reddit always say that Adore TV, Red Gaming Tech, Moore's Law is dead. A lot of these other leakers, they're not right. But this right here, that is right. I don't remember what Red Gaming Tech said, but I'm pretty sure that's what he said. And Tom from Moore's Law is Dead said. No, Reddit, you never change. I think that the only thing he got wrong was the boost clock. But, like, honestly, if they're already that efficient and they're taking digs at Nvidia, that's already a pretty good sign. If Nvidia was on TSMC 7 nanometers, that'd be a different story. But since they're on Samsung 8 nanometer, they're not as efficient. And I think the Infinity Cache is going to help AMD really push. Let me see. 1600 XT Ryzen. I saw no. Maybe I'm going wrong. I saw no multi-GPU support for something. That's still at 300 watts. That's pretty impressive. Like, and the cooler looks pretty beefy too. So, I honestly have to say that RDNA 2 looks to be like a home run. Yeah, no multi-GPU support. Certain features. Radeon anti-lag is hard compatible with GCN and newer consumer. Oh, it's for anti-lag. Okay. See, that's something I want to talk about before. Is that I really think that Vulkan and DirectX 12 should bring back multi-GPU. Ah, interesting. Anti-lag is compatible with DirectX 9, DirectX 11, and Vulkan APIs. But not DirectX 12? That is very interesting. I texted my friend, I told him RDNA 2 is a home run. And he said, oh dang, really? Better than NVIDIA? It's pretty darn close. Alright, well, I gotta get going. I will see you guys next time. I'll probably have the video out. I don't know. Maybe never. I don't know. Alright. I love you all. Stay safe. Bye, AMD. Just kidding. Let's watch another video. Just joking. Still, those prices are pretty darn good. And I'm pretty excited. I might have to get an AMD card next year or something. But that's another story for another time. Alright, stay safe.